What would this one have been without Micah Parsons? My God.
He's like Shohei Ohtani and Mike Trout. Just sitting there, and he's going to play his game, and the team's not going to win. He can't impact the game enough to make it matter. He was fantastic, and they were getting worked.
He had the triple play on his first sack. He got the inside spin. It's 3rd and goal. Inside spin. The left tackle gets hurt. Suck up then misses from 36 after it becomes 4th and 15. And then you get the missed field goal. So the sack, the injury, the Cowboys could not take advantage. They lost Godwin and their left tackle in this game. Kind of reminded me of the Raider game when the Raiders lost a couple of big players on Thanksgiving last year. Cowboys did not take advantage whatsoever. So Suckup misses the kick. Micah gets Tom again when Tampa Bay is inside the 5-yard line. Big fat star up to Micah Parsons. He's just faster than everyone. You know, that drill, you know, the cone drill. You're trying to go around the cone and see how tight you can do it. I don't know how anyone else could be more impressive in that drill than Micah Parsons. With the speed he's able to go and the turn around that corner, big star up, just let that man rush non-stop. RJ Choppy, a lot of things wrong with the predictions with this one, but you've been right on this. Just line him up at defensive end and let him go. He overpowered Tristan Wirfs, big Tristan Wirfs on one of these plays. He's a freaking nightmare. And the only way this team is going to win now, you're going to have crazy plays on special teams. Turpin is going to have to be Deion Sanders, like Gavin Dawson said. And you're going to have to get digs and pick sixes and fumbles. And Micah Parsons is your number one game record to do it. Just line him up there and let him go.
That's it. Let him go. Let him eat. Let him become TJ Watt. Let him become Myles Garrett. Let him out there. He's all over the field. Like I don't care much that he can go side to side, cutting down a running back after a 7-yard gain.
Yeah,
I don't care about that. I care about him being able to disrupt the passing game.
Give me his number one highlight at linebacker throughout his career. Peyton, you can chime in as well. Give me the play. Is it a rundown of someone?
His number one play.
He went back in coverage last year. One game. I think it was it the first. No, it wasn't the first game of the season.
Well, he did go back in coverage. Tom confused him.
Yeah.
But
there was one he ran down some receiver, knocked away like a cornerback.
Yeah, I remember that. That was the play I was thinking of. That was a good play.
Maybe a blitz up the middle, but it was a blitz coming up the middle, rushing the passer.
Yeah.
The point is, you can't give me very many linebacker plays.
No, last night it was the third down in the red zone sack.
Yep, and they were inside the 5.
Yep, that was it. That was the play that I'll take for this game from him. That I remember. The other one would be, him on the right side of the offensive line. Fournette runs left, and he chased him down, but he had chased him down after like an 8-yard gain. Like that. That's the problem with the linebackers. Like by the time he gets there, it's already basically a first down. So I'd much rather him going in the backfield. That's just my personal opinion. I didn't want him to go in the backfield. It's not like he can't be impactful elsewhere. I just think he's more impactful that way.
All right, let's just get to the star down. Elephant in the room. Well, it's not even an elephant. It's obvious. The Dallas Cowboys offense.
Oh, okay. I had a few other things.
Oh, go ahead. You do what you want.
Well, I mean, he could have been, CD as a 1.
He got crushed by the Tolos.
Yeah.
Drop. Thought the ball was a little bit behind him, but Collinsworth and he should have brought that in. It's Chris Collinsworth. I thought Jane Slater was doing color commentary on TV last night. Had a penalty, offensive penalty that wiped out a gain. He had 1 catch on 6 targets for 16 yards at halftime as CeeDee Lamb was getting called out by the Tolos as not being capable as a number 1 receiver. What were your thoughts on him?
Not much. Not much. I mean, he didn't have himself a good game.
2 for 29 total.
Nope. He didn't have himself a very good game at all. Now, he was blanketed, and I can't really fault him for that. When you got double and triple coverage on you every game, every play, basically, it's going to be really hard to kind of get anything going. There was no space for him. And when he did get open on the broken plays, Dak was behind him. And that's just, what are you going to do? Like, I'm not going to kill CD for that, but, I mean, Devontae Adams gets open. he finds a way to get open. I don't know. But then again, he's at Devontae, so I can't really ask him to do that.
Yeah.
I can't ask him to be Tyreek Hill. He's not Tyreek Hill. So that was just one of them. How about Zeke usage? He was averaging 5 yards a clip, but then again, so they didn't use him enough.
Yeah.
But when they used him in inopportune times.
You know how many carries he got?
10.
10 carries. It felt like more. It felt like it should have been a little bit. He looked good. He looked decent.
Yeah, it should have been 9, though. What the hell are you doing down 16 in the fourth quarter, running on 1st and 10? You're down 2 scores. You got 11 minutes to go. Let's go. It's not time to sit there and run the ball on first. Oh, yeah, I got ahead of the chains. Ahead of the chains. No, then it was 2nd and 8.
How about Tony Pollard?
Oh, yeah. How about that? That's another one I have. The Turpin Pollard. Oh, we were gonna have such great. We were gonna use Turpin and Pollard in the offensive game plan so much. I remember one run he had that was late.
You talking about Pollard?
Yeah.
Well, remember the creativity early on with him.
Yeah.
Those plays.
Yeah.
Causing Michael Irvin to tweet, "Stop with the circus S. Just play damn football."
They got cute.
They got real cute.
They were trying to get cute early on.
6 for 8. 6 carries for 8 yards with Tony Pollard. I actually gave him a star up for Pollard usage with the creativity. They didn't work, but both heavy losses. But fans were killing Kellen Moore for being too gimmicky, a little bit too gimmicky with Pollard.
You know, look,
and then how about Collins? We're talking about Turpin. This is no longer the USFL, Cavante. He was getting stuck. He was getting hit and blown up last night.
Yeah, he was. Yes, he was. That's what happens when you're 5'6". Okay, like
size doesn't matter in the National Football League.
It's not supposed to matter anywhere, Sean. If you know how you're doing.
Blue chew, star up, star down.
Blue chew, star. I don't mind. I'm not going to sit here and be hypocritical. I mean, I am because I am a hypocrite. Okay, but in all fairness, I can't say I want more creativity and then complain when they get creative.
That was my point.
And I think it's a fair. I think it's a fair point to make. I don't want to do that. I don't want to be that guy.
If it worked, it's oh my god. Yeah. We want Kellen Moore to be creative, and we want Pollard to get touches. But then it's why don't we just give him the ball? Like Godwin on the first play of their game. Why don't we just throw out a swing pass? Man, the hindsight is so 2020. It's ridiculous. I give him credit for trying to be creative and getting him the football.
Yeah, like let's be creative here. Now there's
you would have praised it if it worked.
Yeah, there's a very fine line between creativity and gimmicky, or creativity and man, you are just trying a little bit too hard there. You're trying too hard to act cool. There's a fine line. There's a very fine line. You got to know how to toe that line, and that's where a lot of people get in trouble. But I'm not going to kill them for going overboard with the creativity, because we've been asking for that.
Yes,
we've been asking for it.
Anything else before we get to number 4?
Well, let's see. He was a down. Zeke uses a down. Turpin Pollard disappears a down. Dak, let's go right to him.
For all of you on the text line, and I'm going to rage against some Cowboy listeners today. For all of you on the text line calling us out last week, you have to eat it. You have to eat that. This is why we covered it like we did. Oh, you're exaggerating media. You got to blow silly headlines. It's good content. That's 0-1 for you.
Content.
That's 0-1 for you because of the way they lie over and over. And I get it. You lie. You want to go ahead and cover it up. Just don't get mad at us when we question it and get proven right that it's something more. You don't just leave practice because your Air Jordans aren't feeling right. And then I don't know what he was wearing last night. You see those things? Mm-hmm. Those gold, those, they look like he ran to the stadium in a bunch of mud and dirt. But he looked fine health-wise up until the end when he broke his thumb. But in terms of movement, you're fine, right? You're okay?
Didn't seem like anything was wrong.
Had one little scramble, that was fine. And now let's get to him throwing the football and this overall passing game.
I'd rather forget him throwing the football. He was downright awful. And I'm not going to blame Mike McCarthy or Kellen Moore or CeeDee Lamb
New
for
receivers.
That. I'm going to blame Dak Prescott for that. He was bad.
14 of 29 for 134. He averaged 4.5 a throw, 1 pick. The QBR was a 15.3.
Oh, was pretty bad, dude. Like, it was really bad.
It was really bad.
Yeah, this is one of those games where it's like, okay, let's just say he finished the game healthy. All right, week 1. Nobody plays the preseason. The NFL has gone the way of you kind of throw the first 3 weeks of the stats away. So many teams are playing. Some of these guys are bad for early on. Or at least don't throw them away, but just kind of take them and look at the games in the construct of they haven't played in 9 months. This was way beyond that. Way beyond that. There is no way that you could have watched this game last night prior to the injury and felt good about where this team could have. You saw nothing. I saw absolutely nothing that would have been a positive outlook for the next 6 weeks. And now I have no positive outlook for the next 6 weeks.
Right.
Other than the fact that I don't have to watch that crap again from a $40 million quarterback.
First half, 6 of 16, 53 yards, the pick. Second lowest completion percentage of his career in a first half. Second lowest completion percentage. The passer rating was a 21.1. Could have been worse. He threw another ball into traffic that Tampa Bay could have picked off. Brady got sacked more than him. So he wasn't under siege the entire night. He had some pocket space. Tom Brady got sacked 6 times. And Dak got sacked 4 times. Not all on his offensive line there.
No, some of those were on him. I mean, he was slow to make his progressions. He didn't have the greatest decision making. I thought he was very, very conservative with his passes.
Did they attempt? What was the longest in the air downfield attempt from the offense?
All right, so his longest pass play in the air traveled 26 yards. His second longest was 20, and third longest was 19. His longest completion looks like it was about 17 yards.
Collinsworth was calling out the lack of talent all night long.
When you could understand him.
When you could understand, right. The roster depth, he was just calling it out. And this is where Jerry and Stephen Jones, after 1 week, they look foolish. They look incompetent. They look clueless. And I kept saying during training camp, is it worrisome to anybody else that we keep talking about Noah Brown, who we have seen here as a blocking receiver / tight end? All we keep hearing is Noah Brown. All we keep hearing is Dennis Houston. All we keep hearing is Simi Fehoko. Is that worrying anybody else? We've seen all these guys do nothing so far. Now, you can emerge, and you can have very good breakout years, but what were the odds of that carrying over, when the number ones were on the field for the regular season? And last night you saw results of that. And it makes Jerry and Stephen Jones' plan look as ass backwards as the majority of Tolos felt like it was during the offseason. Like the majority of Tolos said it was after Nate Washington got hurt. The panic at the wide receiver spot. Doesn't help that Julio goes and has a productive game last night either.